Hello, I'm Joanne and thank you for joining me for this explanation of your Parasol Payslip and invoice reconciliation. You can see on the screen an example of a typical Parasol Payslip. This will closely resemble the payslip you receive from us each time you are paid. When you receive a payslip from Parasol, we will also send you a breakdown of all deductions made from the invoice we send to the agency or client. This is the section in green and we'll come on to this later. We do this so you have complete transparency and visibility of all deductions made from this invoice total. Let's start with this section in black. This sets out the key information including your name, pay date, employee number, national insurance number and crucially your tax code. The standard tax code for 2021 is 1257L as this reflects the standard personal allowance of £12,570. Parasol must apply the tax code provided to us either on your P45 or in a P6 coding notice sent directly to us by HMRC. If you believe your tax code is incorrect, you will need to contact HMRC directly and ask that they issue us with a new P6 coding notice. All of the information you need to enable you to contact HMRC is in this section of the payslip. You can see the contact details for HMRC here, and that's our Parasol tax reference number. Before we move on from this section, I would just like to cover holiday pay. You will see here that the payslip states you have been advanced £350.61 in relation to holiday pay. When you are on holiday, you won't receive any further pay. You'll see a similar statement on your own payslip, likely with a different amount. At Parasol, we don't hold back any elements of your pay and will instead pay holiday pay to you with each payslip in advance of your taking annual leave. We highlight the total amount here so you know exactly how much of each payment relates to your holiday pay and can choose to put this to one side for when you do take annual leave. I'm going to move on now to the green payment section. This is the invoice reconciliation, showing the invoices paid, the timesheet it relates to, and the deductions made from this invoice before arriving at your gross pay figure. You'll see here that you have visibility of the invoices we have raised to the agency or end client. This employee is on a monthly pay frequency and the invoice covers the period from the 1st of March to the 26th of March 2021. This is for a total of 160 hours and the assignment rate is £25 per hour, which gives us a total invoice value here of £4,000. The summary section below shows the deductions that have been made from the invoice before arriving at your gross taxable pay. As you can see, we start at the top with this invoice value and deduct the Parasol margin. In this instance, the employee is paid monthly. And this is our monthly margin of £123.50. This is all that Parasol retains from the invoice. The remaining deductions are passed on to HMRC or a pension provider as applicable. So the next line is employment costs. Employment costs are made up of employers' national insurance contributions, calculated at 13.8% above the threshold, and apprenticeship levy, which is calculated at a flat rate of 0.5% of the gross pay figure. These are both paid to HMRC. Next up, we have business costs and mileage. The employee is able to claim and has successfully claimed expenses and business costs. A breakdown of these expenses are found further up in the purple section. You will see that this amount is deducted from the invoice value here. This amount is paid to you tax and NI free, so at this stage it is removed from the gross pay figure. This does come back in later when we simply add it to your net pay. Next, you can see the employer's contribution for both workplace pension contribution, which is auto-enrolment, and a private pension contribution, employer's pension contribution, which is a non-auto-enrolment pension. These are both deducted to arrive at the final gross taxable pay figure there of £3,255.43. This figure is your total gross pay figure and will be subject to the usual PAYE tax and national insurance deductions. This pulls through to the payslip area, which is the blue area at the top of the payslip. You will see that here in the summary section, your pay is broken down into different elements, but the total at the bottom of this section matches the total at the bottom of your summary, £3,255.43. Your pay is comprised of basic pay, commission, and holiday pay on basic pay and commission. Basic pay is calculated as the number of hours you have worked multiplied by national living wage, which is £8.91 per hour from April 2021 onwards. In this example, we can see that the hours worked for the month are 160. This is shown in the black area of the payslip here. 160 hours multiplied by national living wage of £8.91 per hour gives us a basic pay figure of £1,425.60 that we can see here. The commission element of your pay is anything you earn above this basic pay. The next element of your pay is holiday pay, which is calculated at 12.07% of the basic pay and commission amounts. We advance holidays to you in your payments, and we recommend you set this aside for when you do take annual leave. Taken together, all these elements come together to make up your gross taxable pay. Next, you can see the deduction section. This is employees' national insurance, PAYE income tax, and if applicable, we will also deduct student loan payments. The employee pension deduction, AE, is the employee's contribution to the auto-enrolment workplace pension. You will receive 5% of basic pay into your nest pension pot. However, you will only lose 80% of this from your pay. The pension provider will reclaim the additional 20% from HMRC. This means that 4% of basic pay will show as deducted on your payslip. You then take the total of all the deductions, which in this instance is £944.10, and you deduct this from the gross taxable pay above, which was £3,255.43. And that gives us a net pay figure here of £2,311.33. If you now look at the purple section, we then add back any expenses and business costs, giving a total of £2,390.33 to be transferred to the employee's bank account. That's all from me. You can find further information regarding your payslip in our Parasol payslip explanation document on My Parasol, or by visiting My Parasol, Ask Parasol. Alternatively, you can use our live chat function on the portal. Thanks for listening.